From the wide open spaces of Oklahoma, welcome to Network Earth. I'm David Mattingly. When the settlers first started crossing America, this is what they found. Mile after mile after mile of tallgrass prairie. To them, this land represented hopes for a better way of life. It was indeed a field of dreams. Today, though, this land has caught the attention of a man who is better known for the field of battle. General Norman Schwarzkopf is coming for a visit, and this prairie may never be the same again. Down 20 miles of dirt road, past an unusual collection of signs. There's a place where the grass grows 10 feet high and herds of buffalo roam. It's a place where you can stare up at a cloud-covered sky and on a normal day, lose yourself in the music of the prairie. But nothing about today is normal.
Man, we've got that covered.
That's where the media are going to be.
I'd almost rather it be closer to the middle.
When the Nature Conservancy planned to quietly celebrate the restoration of this prairie preserve, no one anticipated an invasion. But with Storm and Norman in town, how could you expect anything less?
I'm an infantryman, you know that. You think I've been walking around with an umbrella? Now, come on.
You can use it, though.
No, we're not allowed to carry umbrellas in uniform. Did you know that?
No, I did not know.
Believe it or not, the Air Force can carry an umbrella in uniform, but the Army cannot. Now, explain that to me. I've never quite figured that out.
Old military habits seem to die hard for General Schwarzkopf. A spritzing rainfall still isn't enough to stop him from getting a job done, and we find that even in retirement, he has a mission to carry out.
I love nature. I love nature, and I wanted to be involved when I finally had the time with conservation, with the environment.
The General is now a powerful presence on the Nature Conservancy Board of Directors. He lends his many abilities, not the least of which being a celebrity spokesman, to the task of purchasing and protecting lands like the Tallgrass Prairie.
Here we've got this wonderful preserve. You're going to have free-roaming bison. You've got, 36,000 acres plus set aside, and yet the local population is going to benefit from it being here. That's the way you can make it happen.
You just demonstrated. You're quite a pitchman.
No.
What are you going to bring to the environmental movement overall? How far are you willing to go? How far are you willing to commit yourself?
I'm committed all the way. But what I hope to bring to it is common sense.
A commitment to go all the way combined with a common sense approach. This is what guided Storm and Norman through a successful and decisive Gulf War. It was a war that still produced apocalyptic scenes of oil slicks and burning oil wells. But these experiences helped harden the General's environmental resolve.
And, the first thing that comes to you is this is what hell looks like. I mean, that's exactly what I thought. They weren't doing, the Rockies weren't doing anything by destroying the oil wells other than just a senseless act of ecological gangsterism is what it was. War is basically an environmental disaster. You're driving tanks across things and that sort of thing. War is an environmental disaster. And that's why anybody that's pro-war is crazy.
In peacetime, the General tells us his plan is to avoid conflict and to seek compromise in environmental issues. But occasionally, you will still find him in the heart of a controversy. It could be as the national spokesman for the recovery of the grizzly bear.
You would be surprised how many nasty letters I've gotten because of that. I mean, you'd be amazed.
Or it could be as the outspoken critic of commercial fishing in Florida.
At one point, the local fisherman got very angry with me and said, what the hell does he know about fishing? What's he doing talking about fishing?
But whatever the role, the General's weapon of choice is the power of persuasion. And at this prairie gathering, we watched him wield it with the skill of a seasoned politician.
Having the General identified with the Nature Conservancy has given us just a terrific boost. It's made a lot of people aware of us and our work that otherwise wouldn't know us. It's been a fantastic thing for the Nature Conservancy.
Who are you going to lead into the fold that might not already be here?
Everybody. Everybody.
We're delighted to have you here, but as you can imagine, we're in sort of a frenzy, and we're trying to keep the animals quiet today.
I understand. But there may not be room for everybody, at least here on the preserve. 300 head of buffalo have been rounded up for a ceremonial release into the tall grass. A rowdy crowd could cause the animals to stampede and harm themselves. But it's important to take advantage of the anticipated media coverage, and that's where the general comes in.
I have it in my ear. Morning, General. Hi, how you doing this morning?
Pretty good. Is this part of the education process you were talking about?
What's this, getting up at the crack of dawn? Is that what you're talking about?
All the television, the live shots?
Oh, no, yeah, that's exactly what this is. You know, it's to let the people... A lot of, you know, the first question everybody gets is why? Why a tallgrass prairie? What do you want a tallgrass prairie for? What's the point? You know, and so I think it's important that we let them know that, you know, this is what the West is all about, and the West is what America's all about.
Everything's coming together. Everything's coming together.
It's great. We have these kids coming in. We have, looks like a lot of people from town, as well as our guests, and we seem to be in pretty good shape.
As ranch hands guided the herd, dignitaries took their positions on stage, and spectators waited to witness history. For the first time in nearly a century, buffalo will once again roam the Tallgrass Prairie. For the general, it marks the end of a successful weekend. There's no more need to campaign or promote. It's simply time to watch.
Mankind and nature can live side by side, and both can prosper from the relationship. And once you do that, the battle's won.